Okay, welcome to 2-point interior with specs, thumbnails. The first thing to do with the thumbnails is to establish where the walls and the floor are. And because it's a 2-point interior, you're going to start with the corner of the room. So you can start with a general thumbnail in the middle of the page, and then saying where the corner is. A lot of people start with the corner. They do this, and then they find their horizon line and their vanishing points, and then they take their vanishing points, do them like this, and then they go, oh, here's my ceiling and here's my floor. In other words, they don't have any. And then I say, well, start over, and they start over. Or you could just do something like this, where you say, I'm going to make the floor from here to here. In other words, this is the corner of the room that I'm looking at. This is where that wall line goes to, this wall line goes to, this floor line, and this floor line. I get rid of these. And then what I have are, this is the ceiling, this is the floor line, and then this is the corner where the two walls intersect. This is the first thing you want to have, is you're starting with the corner and then finding where your horizon line lies. This is where your eye level is on the corner. And then you're plotting your points through that, and then you're populating this with a door and a window and a table with chairs, etc. So this is the crucial thing. So I'm going to go through it again, seeing that our video is still running. Sometimes it shuts off automatically, which is really irritating. Okay, so first thing, draw a border. If you're looking at something live, this is where you're framing it in your picture plane. Then place corner. So right here, this will be my corner. I'll say there it is. My eye level line, I'll say, is right here, and vanishing point there. Now, how to figure vanishing points if you're looking at something. One is to sight the angles. Let's say this was the room I was actually looking at, not a drawing, an image, but I can hold my arm stiff straight out from me and hold it on that angle of that, and then move it over here and get that angle, basically. Same thing with this, and then get the angle, move it to my drawing. I'll show you how to do this in class. And then this running to your horizon line would establish a vanishing point. This running to a horizon line would establish a vanishing point. And then you just make these go to the vanishing point, like here and like here. Okay, so there you've got that. You've got that. Once you've got this established, you can put your grid in. Now I'm seeing, well, I don't have a lot of space here, and I'm wanting a little more space. So what I'm going to do is change my border before I start gridding. I'm going to actually give a little more floor space too, and I'm going to do that. And so once I've got where the walls are established and this, I can run my grid. Now the reason I run my grid is because it can apply to all the other specs that you're going to put into the room. Chairs, windows, doors, vases. And it just makes it easy to plot these things. Okay, there's my basic grid. Okay, at this point I want to put the things in, so let's say I put a door in here. It's good to inset the door. It's the thickness of the door. This is the floor line. It goes in, the bottom of the door. and then the floor line there. This goes to the vanishing point there, and that's the under side of that, and then the doorknob, wherever that is. That's just the general thing. Window, say I do a window like this large. I want to find the center of the window because I want to put a center piece in the window. And with windows, it's also good to inset them like you did with the door. Showing the thickness of the wall is helpful. Now, if you're close to the horizon line, I'd actually have less of a, well, whatever. I'm going to see barely the top edge of this because it's really close to the horizon line. I'll just put it there for now. But because I would see the underside for sure, again, the horizon line's here. Looking up at something, I'm going to see the underside. Looking down on something, I'm going to see the top side of it. And then if I wanted to do a table, I could do it out here. Basically just following following the perspective lines. And then chairs. Chairs you want to construct as a rectangular prism. So look, I'm doing where the legs would hit on the floor and then raising it up as a rectangular prism. This is going to be the basic height of the door. And think, well, where would the height of the chair be in relationship to the window, to the door? Doors really dictate scale. If I put the height of the chair up to here, it would be like a king's crown, a king's throne or something, right? So I'm going to say the height is going to be here. So here's this little rectangular prism. I'm going to keep it short, just to keep it simple at this point. It's right on the horizon line, so I'd only see that part. And then basically I make the seat. This is the bottom cube is the seat. So basically here's the seat, back of the chair. Now there's all sorts of different chair styles, but this is how you get the general sense of it. A cube in space, cube in space, cube, rectangle in space, all these things. So if I said want to do the same style of chair over here, what I would do is take this from the vanishing point to here and draw a line through there from that to that. Let's say I wanted to put it right here. So I would say that's the bottom point, and then take it through here to there. This would be the top point. So in other words, this chair in scale relationship would be approximately this tall comparison to that. This is distance to here. We're just going to a vanishing point. So when you're doing things that are supposed to be similar in scale, now what that also tells us is that the height of the seat is right tangent with the height of this here, which is a little weird. So that's how you figure out your scales. You're like, well, either I have to raise the table height or lower the chair height in order to get more legitimate. I'd probably just lower the chair height a bit. And do that to there as well. So that's the basic concept for how you populate a room in a thumbnail. All right.